Survival and response, invertebrate responses. So, a stimulus is a change inside or outside an organism that brings about a response. For instance, light, sound, chemicals and pressure. Receptor, a structure that detects the stimulus and initiates a nerve impulse. For instance, rod cells in the retina, chemoreceptors in the tongue and nose, and pressure receptors in the skin. Effector, a structure that responds to the arrival of nerve impulses in a muscle or gland. Innate behaviour, such as escaping danger, finding a habitat and locating food. So innate means you're born with that behaviour, you don't have to learn it. There's 3 types of innate behaviour in invertebrates. There's taxis, which is a type of orientation movement towards or away from a stimulus, and kinesis is a type of orientation movement which changes the rate of movement. And then there's reflex escape responses. So taxis. A fly maggot avoids sunlight, which may harm them and make them visible to predators. An animal performs taxis when it moves towards or away from a stimulus, such as light coming from a particular direction. For instance, maggot taxis is negative phototaxis, taxis away from light. Adult flies have more protective pigments and usually move towards light, positive phototaxis, which warms up their bodies. Adult fruit flies move towards light by keeping the light intensity the same in each eye. Normally sighted fly moves straight up the tube. The blind in one eye fly moves up the tube in a spiral. The attempt to keep the light intensity the same in each eye leads to the fly always having its blind eye turn towards the light. Kinesis. Woodlice live in damp places beneath logs and stones where they are not visible to predators and do not dry out. At high humidity levels, the woodlice remains inactive, but any drying of the environment is detected as they respond to the harmful stimulus by starting to move. Once it has started moving, a woodlice keeps on moving until it reaches somewhere suitably moist, then it slows down or stops completely. In a kinesis, unlike a taxis, the animal does not move in any particular direction with respect to the stimulus. Flatworm kinesis. Respond to chemicals given off by food in the water by increasing their rate of turning, but not in any set direction. For example, if a piece of meat is placed in a pond, you may find several flatworms feeding on it within minutes. Reflex actions. Earthworms come to the surface of the ground on warm, damp nights to defecate or mate. They respond to the slightest vibration by retreating down their burrows. This is a reflex escape response and helps them to avoid being taken by a predator. For instance, a hedgehog. A reflex action is a rapid, innate, automatic response to a stimulus. Key points. Invertebrates rely on innate behaviour to find food and safety. Taxis is where the animal detects the direction of the stimulus, for instance light, and moves towards or away from it. Kinesis is where an animal moves in a straight line until it meets conditions resembling those it needs. It then responds by either slowing down or increasing its rate of turning until the right conditions are met. Reflex escape response. Invertebrates move rapidly away from a stimulus that indicates danger, for example, an approaching predator.